So here we are with this 2018 Ford Mustang 2.3 liter EcoBoost. This build is loosely built, Bob, and designed around the 2017 BEM CPE Turbonetics EcoBoost Mustang for SEMA. Let's talk about it.
So super cool, man. You know, we're loving the fact that we're doing this project. You know, we've partnered up with the guys over at CPE a ton in the past. And I will tell you what, man, every time you order product from them, it is the same thing you get in the end, right? It's consistency, it's guaranteed gains, it's performance, it's looks, it's styling, it's all of the above. And this little 18 EcoBoost is about to open up.
Well, Bob, as kind of one of the designers and innovators of this package, tell us what the similarities are going to be between this EcoBoost Mustang and the award-winning BEM SEMA Mustang.
So what's nice about this setup we're doing on here, right, is not only are we, very familiar with the product from CPE, right? And you know, they specialize in everything on direct injection turbocharged vehicles, right? So not just the EcoBoost Mustangs, but the F-150s, now touching into that Subaru line as well. So there's a lot of product line from them. But they're guaranteed performance, right? So they have everything not only available to the market, but also pre-tuned and pre-packaged, right? So right now we're working with, of course, the front mount intercooler. There's obviously different options. You can get up to 450 horsepower, all the way up to 750 if you're really trying to tap into that motor. But it's a full line of product that really gives you everything you need to lay down serious horsepower while keeping full drivability.
So, Bob, one of the things I heard you mention was, and you tapped this, a front mount intercooler. What is a front mount intercooler and what does it do, man?
So this is, you know, there's different options out there, right? There's air to air, there's air to water, water to air, right? There's all kinds of different mixtures for front mount intercoolers, which is nothing more than how to cool down the air charge temperature going from the hot side of the turbocharger, where it's actually, the air is compressed and created, to the cold side going back into the motor, right? And the cooler the air charge temps, the better that performance is going to be at the end. So that's exactly what you're working with when you're working with things like front mount intercoolers. You're looking for colder charge temps to go inside the motor.
So, Bob, you're saying that basically what you want to do is reduce the air temperature that's going into the turbo itself, correct?
That's right, yep.
And that is actually the function and process of a front mount intercooler.
Yeah, you know, and that's, we'll see more. You know, I want to rip into these boxes and see the full product line, because CPE hooked us up with everything for this car, from all the way down to intake, fuel delivery, to the full entire exhaust system, right? So a full package setup all the way down to custom tunes that were sent in ready to go, plug into the car, plug and play, dyno tune.
So, Bob, I see we have a series of boxes here from Josh and the crew over at CPE. You co-developed this system with them with the 2017 BEM SEMA Mustang. What's in these boxes and what are we gonna see?
So we're gonna have everything, man. You know, they hooked us up with everything from a cold air intake, right? The very first point of air induction into that motor, to the hot side charge cold pipe, the cold side charge pipes for the turbocharger, the front mount intercooler, a complete full exhaust system. Again, we are keeping this thing 50 state legal, so we are going with a high flow catted down pipe versus an off-road, which would be non-catted. That would be more for a race use setup. But this will be a fully 50 state legal emissions compliant vehicle when we're done. And it's gonna be about 100 plus horsepower gain in the end.
So, Bob, why don't we jump into these boxes here and see what the fine folks over at CPE have sent in.
Let's do it.
Let's see what we got over right here.
Do you need a razor blade, or did you already magically open this box?
I magically opened it.
Okay.
It came opened like this, right?
What do we got?
All right, let's see what's in this box here, Bob.
Jesus, why don't you take
Oh, look, there's a camera in this box.
Why would they send us a GoPro?
I don't know. Is it on?
Yeah, it's on. Do you think, do we need it?
I don't know. No, probably not. So, Bob, we have a pipe here. Which pipe do we have right here?
So that one is the hot side charge pipe.
So what are you opening now, Bob?
So this is, I actually had Josh, because we, you know, naturally we talked about the build and we got things set up and kind of designed. So I actually had Josh go through and send me a fully built dyno tune package on the Cobb access port, right? So now it's not necessary for us to take this car when we're done and send it off and have the dyno tune done. The guys over at CPE actually already did this install on other vehicles as well in their testing and tuning and R&D. So that package is already right here, plug and play.
Does that mean that the dynos of yesterday are becoming kind of obsolete, Bob?
No, not necessarily. You're always going to need dyno tunes. Anytime you do custom work or installs, you're going to need dyno tunes, especially when you're looking for that high horsepower number and the most reliability. This is a massive change in the airflow that we're doing on this car, both on the intake side and the exhaust side, right? So moving more air in, moving more air out, we're going to have to match that fuel trim to it. So that's why you want to have that dyno tune done, and the guys over at CPE already did it for us.
So the fuel and the air have to be matched the same as they always have. Right?
That's right.
All right, right on. So, Bob, here we have a big box. Let's see what we've got going
That
here.
one, I That's the exhaust.
Okay, that one, yeah, that one was
So,
out.
why is that box sitting here then?
It looks
It should have
good.
been in the trash.
No, it looks good.
This one should be the cold side. So here's one thing that I do know that's super nice about CPE, right? So all of their pipes and everything you get is always going to come in a finish. It's not going to come natural or raw. It's either red or black, right? Those are the two colors that they run with.
Coincidentally, red and black are the BEM company colors.
Obviously.
And we ran this same setup on the SEMA Mustang.
That's right, we did. But what's nice is everything that they sell is 100% out of the box bolt-on, right? So whether it's us as professionals or all the do-it-yourselfers out there, you can literally take these products out of the box in a finished product like this, and you can install it on your car at your house with basic hand tools. All the instructions literally tell you on the front side of them what tools you need to do that install. That's what makes it great.
That's how easy CPE really makes it.
But what's
man.
cool about this is we do have more potential, right? So on the cold side, if you notice, there's actually these two bungs that are in here.
Yes, bung.
So this is actually called their meth charge pipe,
Are
right?
those bung holes?
Yes, they're bung holes,
Oh,
okay? These are 1/8 inch NPT meth charge pipes. So now, later on, if we wanted to upgrade this car even further and do more work to it, you could actually install a water meth system into it, and it's already pre-drilled.
Wow, very nice, man. Very, very good.
All right, so this one's the exhaust, and this one is the intake. So we need to get the intake out. Really what we need to do is get all the air delivery stuff opened up, because I want that to all go into coating with Jason.
Okay.
It looks like somebody already started opening this box too.
Would you like a razor blade?
Nope.
Grab your instructions out of here, bub.
The intake pipe is, I don't know if it's black in its finish, but I want to obviously take all these and I want to match them to the color of the car.
Color match.
So rather than leaving them in the race red finish that naturally they come from CPE like that, I want to do whatever color this pipe is, do them all in the actual triple yellow.
Right on. This feels like a rather large pipe, bub. What do we have in here?
So that should be the air intake pipe there. See how that's in a black finish?
Yes.
So let's get this to Jason. We'll have him do all these in yellow.
Okay, perfect, man. And finally, bub, in this box, what do we have right here?
Would you like a knife?
Yes, we can use one.
Try not to cut yourself this time.
I promise I won't.
You probably will. Here it comes.
I will.
God, these things look good.
Good?
I almost don't even want to change them, but I'm going to match it yellow.
Well, it's consistent with the SEMA build, too. All right, bub, here you go.
This should be the down pipe.
And when you say down pipe, what do you mean by a down pipe?
So this is actually, yeah, this is all the exhaust down pipe. This is from the turbocharger itself going to what is going to be the factory catback style position, and then we'll replace that as well with their complete Titan style exhaust. We're kind of out of room up here.
Kind of out of room. You've had a few CPE and Turbonetics builds on that box, haven't you, bub?
A lot.
Yeah. So tell everybody what you've got there, bub.
So just like everything that CPE builds, man, is pure precision. I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
The weld quality, the finish, right? It's actually coming a high tip finish. Most companies nowadays aren't. They're just sending them in raw stainless. You can see the way that they always do it. I mean, that shows you the detail in their product line, right? Whenever you're doing laser engraved logoing on your products, that's when you know you've got it. Same thing, factory finish. Factory for an upstream O2, factory for a downstream O2, so the computer on the car reads exactly how it should. But if you notice, there is a second, right? So that's actually for when you talk about, again, adding more boost later on into the future. You can go through and do more custom tuning with a wideband.
And when you talk, bub, about an upstream and a downstream sensor, tell us what that means a little bit.
So those are your O2 sensors, right? So on this car, there's a single down pipe. It's just a 4-cylinder, so it's just a single down pipe from the back of the turbo here. This is the actual catalytic converter, so you can see it's much smaller than factory, but it's still there, still emissions compliant, very high flow. So that's going to be great there. But this actually will read not only the upstream O2 sensor to see what the motor is doing prior to the cat, but also after it runs through the cat, what it's doing afterwards, so pre and post.
And once it gets done sniffing between the two, that's what gives the code or speaks back to the ECM or the electronic control module.
That's right, on the air-fuel ratios.
Correct.
Yep.
That's a wrap on that one.
All right, do you want to go ahead and let's call Jason over real quick from the paint shop and get him to come grab these.
Frankie, can you please get Jason? Thank you.
Jason! Well, don't just call me, come here. Hi, Jason.
How How you doing?
Good. Do you have a busy morning over there?
Yeah, a little bit.
Really? Have you done anything yet?
Oh yeah.
Stop.
Sleep?
Yeah. Noticed that, huh?
All right, so as you know, Jason, these are the parts that all just came in from CPE for the Mustang we're building, the 18 Mustang. They're in red now, red here on the charge pipes for the turbo and black on the intake. But I want to go ahead and get these all into the yellow of the car.
Okay.
So base coat, clear coat, scuff them down, freshen them up.
Additionally, how about the airbox, Bub? We want to get
You know,
that.
I'm thinking about that. I think what I want to do is, you know, because this tube is gonna, you know, the way it mounts, hold this one. So it's gonna mount like this on the car, right? And the filter sits inside of here. So I'm almost wondering if we should
Contrasting.
leave this black to two-tone it. Because I'm also thinking when we get the strut brace in from BMR, instead of doing that yellow, because we'll have so much yellow going on, do it in a satin black. So kind of give a two-tone under the hood.
Okay, that
Because
sounds
we've got like the satin black stripes with the satin black grill and
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely, man.
All right, so
Great
this-
design. So Jason, these are over to you.
Don't use these for anything other than painting.
Okay.
In other words, those are not bong
They're not
extensions.
pipes, they're
Yeah,
not bong pipes, they're
yes,
not,
they're not any of that.
Okay.
it's just
I got it.
sand it, paint it.
I got it.
Go over
All
to
right.
go over to his shop, and it's a Cheech and Chong scene.
Thank you, Jason. I think
Thank you, Jason.
That's all I need right now. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start stripping it down.
Let's get it up and get to work with it, Bub.
Okay.